Do you want to successfully complete the WGU C715 Objective Assessment for Organizational Behavior course? Then you're in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers with an emphasis on preparing for your success in the Organizational Behavior C715 course. In this video, we will cover questions from personality, motivation, decision-making, culture, and leadership and group. So, let's get started. 1. An organization wants to ensure its leaders can adjust their behavior according to the demands of different situations. Which personality trait best supports this flexibility in leadership? A. Machiavellianism. B. Self-monitoring. C. Narcissism. D. Core self-evaluation. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Self-monitoring. Explanation. Self-monitoring is the ability to adapt behavior to external situational factors, making it an ideal trait for leaders who need to adjust their approach to different challenges and contexts. 2. A manager consistently emphasizes mutual trust, respect, and good relationships among team members. Which Big Five personality trait does this reflect? A. Extroversion. B. Openness to experience. C. Conscientiousness. D. Agreeableness. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. D. Agreeableness. Explanation. Agreeableness describes individuals who are cooperative, good-natured, and trusting, all of which align with the manager's emphasis on positive relationships and mutual respect. 3. An employee who frequently volunteers for new projects and seeks growth opportunities demonstrates. Which personality trait? A. Proactive personality. B. Core self-evaluation. C. Machiavellianism. D. Emotional stability. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Proactive personality. Explanation. Proactive personality is characterized by taking initiative, identifying opportunities, and persisting to create change, as demonstrated by this employee's behavior. 4. Which motivational theory focuses on aligning tasks with employees' intrinsic motivations to improve engagement and job satisfaction? A. McClelland's theory of needs. B. Self-determination theory. C. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. D. Equity theory. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Self-determination theory. Explanation. Self-determination theory emphasizes the importance of intrinsic motivation in fostering job satisfaction and engagement, suggesting that tasks aligned with personal interests are more fulfilling. 5. An employee who believes their abilities and contributions make them valuable to the organization has high levels of which concept? A. Machiavellianism. B. Self-efficacy. C. Core self-evaluation. D. Emotional stability. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Core self-evaluation. Explanation. Core self-evaluation refers to a person's assessment of their own capabilities, competence, and worth, reflecting high self-confidence and value. 6. Which decision-making model would be most suitable for making quick, experience-based judgments in unpredictable situations? A. Rational decision-making model. B. Intuitive decision-making. C. Bounded rationality. D. Rationality and control model. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Intuitive decision-making. Explanation. Intuitive decision-making relies on experience and instinct to make quick judgments in uncertain or unpredictable situations. 7. An organization that has a clear set of primary values shared by the majority of its members is said to have A. Subculture, B. Dominant culture, C. Organizational climate, D. Value system. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Dominant culture. Explanation. A dominant culture represents the core values that are widely accepted and shared among most members within an organization. 8. A company uses feedback and rewards to promote desired behavior among employees. Which theory does this align with? A. Equity theory, B. Expectancy theory, C. Reinforcement theory, D. Goal-setting theory. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Reinforcement theory. Explanation. Reinforcement theory posits that behavior is shaped by its consequences, where feedback and rewards reinforce desired actions. 9. Which personality assessment tool classifies individuals into types based on preferences like introversion versus extroversion and thinking versus feeling? A. Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, B. Big Five Model, C. Core Self-Evaluation, D. Rorschach Test. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. A. Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI. Explanation. MBTI assesses personality based on 4 dichotomies. For example, introversion versus extroversion, to categorize individuals into 16 personality types. 10. Which term describes the extent to which individuals perceive a specific set of rules or expectations as fair within an organization? A. Procedural justice, B. Distributive justice, C. Interactional justice, D. Organizational justice. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Procedural justice. Explanation. Procedural justice focuses on the perceived fairness of the process used to make decisions or distribute rewards. 11. In which stage of the group development model do groups primarily experience conflict over authority and control? A. Forming, B. Norming, C. Performing, D. Storming. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. D. Storming. Explanation. The storming stage is marked by intragroup conflict as members negotiate roles, authority, and norms. 12. A society that values thrift, persistence, and future rewards is said to have which cultural dimension? A. Power distance, B. Uncertainty avoidance, C. Long-term orientation, D. Individualism. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Long-term orientation. Explanation. Long-term orientation emphasizes future rewards, such as thrift and perseverance, over immediate or short-term gains. 13. An employee who enjoys achieving high standards of performance and is consistently seeking feedback likely has a high need for A. Power, B. Affiliation, C. Achievement, D. Equity. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Achievement. Explanation. McClelland's theory of needs identifies the need for achievement as a desire for excellence, goal attainment, and feedback. 14. An individual who finds motivation primarily through challenges and achieving complex goals is most closely aligned with which theory? A. Two-factor theory. B. McClelland's theory of needs. C. Vroom's expectancy theory. D. Cognitive evaluation theory. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. McClelland's theory of needs. Explanation. McClelland's theory includes the need for achievement, which involves motivation through challenging goals and high standards. 15. A manager who focuses on setting clear, challenging goals with regular feedback is applying which motivational theory? A. Self-determination theory. B. Expectancy theory. C. Goal-setting theory. D. Equity theory. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Goal-setting theory. Explanation. Goal-setting theory suggests that clear and challenging goals, along with feedback, enhance employee performance. 16. Which national culture attribute describes a loose social framework where individuals are expected to look after themselves? A. Collectivism. B. Individualism. C. Masculinity. D. Power distance. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Individualism. Explanation. Individualism emphasizes self-reliance and personal autonomy, unlike collectivism, which focuses on group interdependence. 17. A leader who places the well-being of employees above their own and fosters their personal growth follows which leadership style? A. Transformational leadership. B. Transactional leadership. C. Charismatic leadership. D. Servant leadership. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. D. Servant leadership. Explanation. Servant leadership is focused on the growth and well-being of employees, with leaders putting followers' needs first. 18. Which concept describes an individual's belief in their capability to successfully perform a specific task? A. Core self-evaluation. B. Self-determination. C. Self-efficacy. D. Self-concordance. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Self-efficacy. Explanation. Self-efficacy refers to one's belief in their capability to complete tasks and achieve goals successfully. 19. According to Maslow's hierarchy, which needs must be satisfied before esteem and self-actualization needs? A. Social needs. B. Higher order needs. C. Lower order needs. D. Growth needs. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Lower order needs. Explanation. Lower order needs, including physiological and safety needs, must be met before higher order needs in Maslow's hierarchy. 20. An employee tends to credit personal failures to external factors and successes to their own efforts. This behavior exemplifies A. Self-serving bias. B. Fundamental attribution error. C. confirmation bias, D. Selective perception. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Self-serving bias. Explanation. Self-serving bias is the tendency to attribute successes to oneself and failures to external circumstances. 21. An individual who judges someone's character based on a single positive trait is likely exhibiting the A. Halo effect, B. Contrast effect, C. Stereotyping, D. Selective perception. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Halo effect. Explanation. The halo effect is when one positive characteristic influences the overall perception of a person. 22. A manager chooses not to address a minor conflict in hopes that it will resolve itself. This approach is an example of A. Compromising, B. Competing, C. Avoiding, D. Collaborating. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. C. Avoiding. Explanation. Avoiding is a conflict management style where the manager chooses to ignore the conflict rather than address it. 23. In the 5-stage model of group development, the stage where close relationships and cohesiveness are most evident is A. Storming, B. Norming, C. Performing, D. Adjourning. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Norming. Explanation. The norming stage is characterized by the development of close relationships and group cohesiveness. 24. A manager who believes employees inherently dislike work and must be closely supervised follows which theory? A. Theory, Y, B, theory, X, C, expectancy theory, D, equity theory. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Theory. X. Explanation. Theory. X assumes that employees need close supervision as they generally dislike work and lack motivation. 25. A society where inequality in power and resources is accepted as a norm is said to have high levels of A. Uncertainty avoidance, B. Individualism, C. Power distance, D. Masculinity. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Power distance. Explanation. Power distance describes the extent to which a society accepts unequal distribution of power and resources. 26. A worker who values personal relationships and social connections over financial gain likely has a high need for A. Power, B. Achievement, C. Affiliation, D. Equity. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Affiliation. Explanation. Need for affiliation represents a desire for social connections, relationships, and a sense of belonging. 27. An employee who views their job as an opportunity for creative expression and personal fulfillment is likely experiencing A. Task identity, B. Task significance, C. job engagement, D. job involvement. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. job engagement. Explanation. Job engagement reflects the physical, cognitive, and emotional energies an employee invests in their work. 28. Which term refers to judging someone based on their belonging to a particular group rather than their individual characteristics? A. Self-fulfilling prophecy. B. Stereotyping. C. Contrast effect. D. Halo effect. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Stereotyping. Explanation. Stereotyping involves assigning attributes to individuals based on generalized beliefs about the group they belong to. 29. In expectancy theory, the term used to describe the belief that effort will lead to a desired level of performance is A. Expectancy. B. Valence. C. Instrumentality. D. Self-efficacy. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Expectancy. Explanation. Expectancy is the belief in expectancy theory that one's effort will result in successful performance. 30. Which leadership theory focuses on adjusting leadership style based on followers' readiness? A. Path-goal theory. B. Transformational leadership. C. Situational leadership theory, SLT. D. Charismatic leadership theory. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Situational leadership theory, SLT. Explanation. Situational leadership theory suggests adapting the leadership approach based on followers' development and readiness. Struggling with your WGU exams? We've all been there. Welcome to OAExams.com, your ultimate resource for WGU success. Find over 15,000 plus questions and answers. Join our thriving community of over 10,000 active WGU students and an impressive 100% success rate with our premium exam support. Visit OAExams.com today and take the first step toward guaranteed success. 31. An organization with intense emphasis on employee vitality, growth, and positivity is fostering A. Dominant culture. B. Subculture. C. Strong culture. D. Positive organizational culture. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, D. Positive organizational culture. Explanation. Positive organizational culture focuses on building employee strengths and creating a supportive and growth-oriented environment. 32. An employee who reacts based on past experiences and instincts rather than systematic analysis is demonstrating A. Rational decision-making. B. Intuitive decision-making. C. Anchoring bias. D. Randomness error. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Intuitive decision-making. Explanation. Intuitive decision-making relies on personal experiences and gut feelings rather than systematic or analytical methods. 33. In which type of conflict do individuals disagree over work processes rather than interpersonal issues? A. Task conflict. B. Relationship conflict. C. Process conflict. D. Dysfunctional conflict. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Process conflict. Explanation. Process conflict involves disagreements about the methods or processes for accomplishing tasks, not personal differences. 34. Which model of group development describes groups going through phases of activity and inactivity? A. 5-stage group development model. B. Punctuated equilibrium model. C. Normative group model. D. Conflict resolution model. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Punctuated equilibrium model. Explanation. The punctuated equilibrium model suggests that temporary groups experience periods of inertia followed by bursts of activity. 35. In a culture where employees emphasize innovation and risk-taking, which characteristic of organizational culture is highlighted? A. Team orientation. B. Stability. C. Aggressiveness. D. Innovation and risk-taking. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, D. Innovation and risk-taking. Explanation. Innovation and risk-taking reflect a culture that encourages creativity and experimentation as core values. 36. Which of the following describes a group that forms informally and is not defined by organizational structure? A. Work team. B. Work group. C. Informal group. D. Self-managed team. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Informal group. Explanation. An informal group is not structured by the organization and forms naturally for social or support reasons. 37. An employee believes their output is unfairly compared with a colleague's despite having similar skills and effort. This relates to A. Equity theory. B. Expectancy theory. C. Distributive justice. D. Procedural justice. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Equity theory. Explanation. Equity theory suggests that employees assess fairness by comparing their job inputs and outcomes to those of others. 38. Which personality trait reflects a person who is reliable, organized, and self-disciplined? A. Extroversion. B. Agreeableness. C. Conscientiousness. D. Openness. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Conscientiousness. Explanation. Conscientious individuals are responsible, dependable, and disciplined, making this the best descriptor. 39. A leader who is primarily concerned with the completion of tasks rather than building relationships is A. Production-oriented. B. Employee-oriented. C. Relationship-focused. D. Transformational. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Production-oriented. Explanation. A production-oriented leader prioritizes task accomplishment over relationship building with team members. 40. Which conflict resolution style seeks to satisfy the concerns of all involved parties fully? A. Competing. B. Avoiding, C. Collaborating, D. Compromising. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Collaborating. Explanation. Collaborating is a style focused on finding solutions that address everyone's needs and fully satisfy all parties. 41. An organization where different work areas collaborate toward shared goals is using A. Problem-solving teams, B. Cross-functional teams, C. Virtual teams, D. Self-managed teams. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Cross-functional teams. Explanation. Cross-functional teams consist of members from various departments working together toward a common objective. 42. When an organization emphasizes short-term results and tradition, it reflects which cultural orientation? A. Long-term orientation, B. Masculinity, C. Uncertainty, avoidance, D. Short-term orientation. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, D. Short-term orientation. Explanation. Short-term orientation emphasizes immediate outcomes, tradition and adaptation to the present rather than future. 43. A team characterized by a focus on generating ideas without criticism is practicing A. Brainstorming, B. Task management, C. Groupthink, D. Cross-functional ideation. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Brainstorming. Explanation. Brainstorming encourages free idea generation by suspending judgment or criticism until all ideas are presented. 44. An employee tends to interpret information selectively based on past beliefs. This is an example of A. Selective perception, B. Confirmation bias, C. Anchoring bias, D. Hindsight bias. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Selective perception. Explanation. Selective perception is the tendency to filter information based on one's interests, background, and past experiences. 45. Which type of justice is related to the fairness of the outcomes received by employees? A. Procedural justice, B. Interactional justice, C. Organizational justice, D. Distributive justice. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, D. Distributive justice. Explanation. Distributive justice concerns the perceived fairness of the distribution of outcomes and rewards in an organization. 46. A leadership theory suggesting that leadership depends on a match between a leader's style and the situation is A. Leader-member exchange theory, B. Situational leadership theory, C. Path-goal theory, D. Fiedler contingency model. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, D. Fiedler contingency model. Explanation. The Fiedler contingency model suggests that leadership effectiveness depends on a suitable match between the leader's style and situational control. 47. A company culture where aggression and competition are encouraged reflects which characteristic? A. Stability. B. Aggressiveness. C. Innovation. D. Team orientation. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Aggressiveness. Explanation. Aggressiveness as a cultural characteristic emphasizes competition and assertive behavior within the organization. 48. A team works independently and members share leadership responsibilities. This type of team is called A. Problem-solving team. B. Self-managed work team. C. Virtual team. D. Cross-functional team. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Self-managed work team. Explanation. Self-managed work teams operate with minimal supervision, with members collectively taking on leadership roles. 49. An organization that emphasizes procedural consistency over flexibility is exhibiting which type of organizational characteristic? A. Stability. B. Innovation. C. Flexibility. D. Goal orientation. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Stability. Explanation. Stability reflects an organization's preference for consistency, tradition, and procedural rigidity, rather than change or innovation. 50. A leader who motivates followers through clear expectations and rewards aligned with task performance is practicing A. Transformational leadership. B. Transactional leadership. C. Charismatic leadership. D. Participative leadership. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Transactional leadership. Explanation. Transactional leadership focuses on clear roles, expectations, and rewarding performance to guide followers. You've reached the end of our first question set. For the complete exam preparation experience, visit us at OAExams.com, where you'll find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.